Good morning everyone. So in this video, I will be discussing a direct model of instruction. When we say direct model of instruction, it is a teacher directed teaching method where teacher stands in the front of the classroom and present the information. So the best example of this direct model of instruction is about the face-to-face classes or interaction between students and teacher. So this is one of the most effective method to use because students can actively be engaged in the discussion, and they can actively ask questions to the teachers, but whether they do not understand the concept of the lesson. So in direct model of instructions, we have different steps to follow in order to have an effective delivery of learning and to meet the learning outcomes of our discussion. So the first one, step one, is about the introduction or the review. So this is the opening of the lesson where teachers are expected to set the stage of learning, to engage students in a new concept, discussion, or topic that you will be discussing with that specific day. So when we say review, it is about knowing or the recap, assessing and activating students' prior knowledge. So in introductions, it also involved knowing the background knowledge of the students within that specific topics. And so the step two is about present the new material. So in presenting the new materials, we have to use clear and guided instructions so that students will clearly understand and absorb the new materials. So it is important that materials is that we will be using in our discussions or in presenting the topic is very connected with a lesson or discussion so that students will not find it confusing. So since direct model of instruction can be taught by lecture or demonstration, so we can give activities or collaborative activities to present our materials. So the next step, which is step 3, is about guided practice. So in this part, the teachers and the students practice the concept together. So the students practice the skills and applying the lesson by the guide of the teacher. So the main purpose of this piece of or step of direct model of instruction is to guide initial practice, correct the mistakes, reteach if necessary, and provide sufficient practice until students can work with that matter or activity independently. So it's very important to ask good questions to assess the level of understanding of the students about the concept or discussion that you have discussed. So the next step is about feedback and correctives. So it is about giving feedback if the students don't understand the lesson or materials. The teacher has to correct them and give feedback, which is it covers the correctives. As a teacher, you may ask students about their understanding about the lesson and the concept that you have discussed, and through that you will be able to understand whether the materials is that you've used becomes effective or it failed to meet the objectives of the study or the learning outcomes. So the next step, step 5, is about independent practice. So after guided practice and receiving feedbacks to the students, giving feedback and corrections, you must allow students engage them in a word of practice independently. So guided practice gives students the mastery of the concept and allow them to explore and apply their understanding of the concept and the material. So you will know in this pace whether the students have a better understanding with the materials that you've presented through independent practice. So step 6 is about evaluation and review. So in this evaluation and review, or in this phase, as a teacher, it is important to know and check whether the students know everything before moving on to a new discussion and concept, new topics. And it will also inform you as a teacher to if you have delivered an effective materials. And evaluation and review, it is about assessing the students' understanding about the specific topic. So this will also give you the data to review and decide whether the lesson is needed to be retaught or not. So those are the steps that we have to follow in the right model of instruction. That's all for today. Thank you for listening.